There are places in the dimension of sound where the walls between universes are thin. In these fragile pockets of static, humankind's world is not so clear, not so bright. For every sunlit path, there is the sound of shadow, and every safe haven has its own dark score. It is within these black dynamics of bandwidth that we may tune into the sound waves of the strange, the bizarre, and the otherworldly. They are the hidden frequencies. Good evening. This is Mick Wingert. Tonight, the Hidden Frequencies will introduce you to Greg and Anna, a young couple who have just moved into their dream home. As they host their first guests to a dinner party in their new abode, some unexplained phenomena will make it quite difficult to show that Greg and Anna are all settled in.
Will you calm down, for goodness sake? What are you even looking for?
The dessert tray. There must be one around here somewhere.
It's just the Osmonds. No need to stand on ceremony with them. I've known Roger since we were in grad school together. I see him at work every day. Trust me, they're not going to care about the silverware, dear.
Oh, don't do that. I hate it when you do that.
You hate it when I do what?
Make fun of me. I'm not really in the mood. I'm anxious enough about tonight as it is. I told you we should have made our excuses and simply...
Oh, is that what this has been all about, sweetheart? It'll be absolutely fine. You'll see. Just be your charming self, have fun, and try not to think about it. Have you squared away everything upstairs?
Yes, darling. All cleaned up.
Yes, I just noticed some trinkets, old junk in the spare room. Easy sort of thing to miss.
Yeah, I got them. Don't worry.
Sorry, forget, you don't miss a thing. You know, none of this would have been possible without you. You know that? Just try to enjoy the night. You've earned this.
Yeah.
Ah, wonderful. They've timed that perfectly. Hello, strangers. God, it feels like an age since we saw you both. Josie, you look wonderful. Come on through. Anna's just getting some glasses out. Here, let me take your coats.
You really are in the middle of nowhere. We were driving around for ages trying to find this place.
Well, if you just asked for directions, I'm sure we'd have gotten here with no trouble at all. Now, Greg, where is your lovely wife? I'll help her with the drinks.
Just in the kitchen through there. I'll show you through to the dining room. Dinner's nearly ready anyways.
You've done well for yourself here.
Thank you. We just fell in love with the place. I used to pass it every evening from work and thought I just had to have it. Old Georgian house, I believe. Upkeep will be a pain in the ass, but that's the price you pay, I guess.
You're lucky it managed to come on the market. Can't say I care for the decor. Doesn't look like something Anna would pick out.
Oh, no, this was the last owner's stuff. We haven't gotten around to wallpapering and replacing the furniture. It's all still in the very early stages for us.
Ah, yes, of course, of course. Anna has wonderful taste. I imagine this place will look very classy when she's done with it.
Did I hear you mention my name?
Oh, only good things, I promise, dear.
Yes, Roger was just saying he doesn't care for the style of the previous owners.
You can't walk into someone's new home and begin picking it apart, Roger. It's so rude.
Oh, no, it's no problem. It was an older woman, much more of a vintage look to the place.
Not suited to the modern woman, huh?
Precisely. Not to be unkind, but we did think it was a little unfashionable.
Well, out with the old and in with the new. It's such a great space. I imagine you could do all sorts with it. You have a great eye for these things.
Oh, very kind of you. I mostly just look in magazines to try to get an idea of what I'm after.
Oh, I can never tell what's in fashion and what isn't these days. It all cycles around so quickly. Finally twist Roger's arm for a new sofa. Gorgeous floral print. And then a week later, we're back to sunset colors. I can hardly keep up, and as for Roger's wallet...
Yes, I think we'll stop buying those magazines. She's so impressionable. I was worried after this visit she'd want to move to the suburbs.
Laugh all you like, but you know how the Mitchells next door would behave if you suddenly started wearing last season's suit.
Just so much choice nowadays.
Dinner's ready anyway, so I'll start bringing it through. If you wouldn't mind helping me, darling?
Yes, of course.
Oh, I don't care what you say. This is all a bit odd to me. Anna was behaving so strangely in the kitchen. Just very uptight, struggling to relax.
The woman is anxious about showcasing her new house for the first time and suddenly something funny is going on? You are blowing things out of proportion again, Josie. That's what bored and unoccupied minds will do. See drama where there's none.
Oh, keep your voice down. In any case, why did you have to ask so many times before they'd invite us over? They've been in here for 2 months.
Well, maybe they were a little closed off at first, but looking around, it makes sense. They were embarrassed. They didn't have time to get the decorators in. Greg has always been proud and probably wanted to wait to show the place off properly. Keep it a surprise until it's all done. You'd be the same.
They haven't had time to do anything from the sounds of it. Who moves this quickly, away from all their friends and neighbors to the middle of nowhere?
Okay then, I'll bite. What do you think they're hiding? Come on, don't be coy. Let's hear your theories. I'm all ears.
Well, I'm not going to cast aspersions, but in the kitchen, I noticed she had a scratch across her arm. When she saw me looking at it, she got all the more nervous.
Oh, good God. You don't mean to suggest that Greg could do anything like that?
No, I don't believe that for a second. It's just strange is all I'm saying.
Honestly, you always have to say something.
Sorry to have kept you waiting.
I'm sure it'll be worth the wait. Looks delicious.
Well, dig in. Thank you so much for being here tonight. It means the world to us.
I'm glad. It seemed you were trying to keep us away. I was expecting a 20-foot electric fence around the place.
Your company is always appreciated. We just didn't want people over until it was ready.
Yes, I mean, it just didn't feel like ours. It's starting to now, though.
Oh, we understand. Roger's just needling you. I can imagine it must have been stressful moving so last minute. I'm amazed it all went through so quickly. You must give us the name of your realtor for when we...
Steady on, Josie.
Oh, you know. Not now, obviously, but when we need more space. We can't stay there forever. You need to upgrade at some point.
Yes, well, I think we got lucky in a way. The couple who lived here, well, they...
A lovely couple in their 80s.
Yes, they've gone into a nursing home. They just can't really manage the upkeep now, or the stairs, so...
Oh, I shudder at the thought of that. I hear they're horrible places. I'd rather stay in my home.
Yes, well, with the dough they raked in from this house, I hardly imagine they're staying in some kind of geriatric slum.
How'd you manage to swing this then?
Sorry?
Oh, I just mean if this place was so pricey, they paying you too much?
Oh, stop that now. It's so gauche to talk about money. It's a lovely place Greg and Anna have here, and from the sounds of it, they made a deal that suited everyone.
I'm just having a little fun. We're among friends, right? Surprised they left so much rubbish around here.
Roger!
No, I do know what he means. As soon as I get a minute, most of it is going to Goodwill.
Oh, shame, really. I imagine a lot of this stuff has sentimental value. The clock on the mantelpiece with the engraving, for instance.
The what? I hadn't noticed that.
No, me neither. Where is it, did you say?
Oh, just below where the little pendulum swings, it's engraved on the glass. It says, "To Mom and Dad, love you with all my heart, from Martha."
Nothing gets past you. What are you snooping around for?
I wasn't snooping. I was just browsing around. It's what you do when people show you around their house. Besides, as you say, we're all old friends here. Although people have always said I do notice very subtle little things. I had a quick peek when we first arrived on my way to the kitchen. It's a nice ornament, so I thought I'd get a better look.
We honestly hadn't noticed. How odd.
There really was so much stuff in here. You know, the Fosters were the type to hoard things. If this is what they left, I can't imagine the amount of stuff they must have taken. It's likely they forgot this one. The rest we were going to bag up and give away. But as you say, Josie, this seems a little personal. I may see if I can give them a call on that number they gave us later. Anna, what do you think?
Yes, that's a nice idea. They'd probably be glad to be reunited with it.
This is delicious, Anna. You really have outdone yourself.
Thank you, Roger. It's just an old recipe that my mother would make, and...
What is that?
These old pipes, the noises of them from the basement especially have been driving us crazy. I can't wait for the decorators and electricians and plumbers and everyone to come around and get this place up to scratch.
Oh, yeah. I suppose that's the thing with old houses, isn't it? They make all kinds of noise. I guess you just get used to it.
Oh, I don't want to have to, in all honesty. It gives me the spooks.
Yes, I can see how. Not exactly surrounded by the comfort of friends out here, are you? Quite remote.
The nearest house is a little farmhouse, maybe 10 miles down the road.
I don't like the thought of that. What if something happens? You know, like an emergency?
No need to frighten them out of here. They've only just moved in.
Oh, sorry. I was only saying. I'm sure it's not a problem. It must be nice to have peace away from the city.
Spend all your time working in the noise and chaos of downtown. It's good to have a little sanctuary away from it all.
Well, that's the dream, isn't it? Work hard to afford a good solid house in the suburbs, away from the mess of the city. Truth be told, I'm a little jealous of this setup you have here. Me and Josie were just chatting about moving to the country a few months back, but the commute just seemed too tiring of a thought.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes. I mean, it's great being central and all, but there is just so much crime in the city. The couple in the apartment below us was burgled the other day when at work. Burgled in broad daylight, if you can believe it.
Yes, they were burgled. I guess people are just so busy, they don't notice what's going on around them, or they turn a blind eye. It's very dog-eat-dog downtown.
Terrible.
And it's not like we're living in some rough neighborhood either. I've not been able to relax since that happened.
You really are very dramatic, Josie.
Not at all, I don't think. Well, not about this anyway. The idea of someone being in your home, rifling through your stuff, oh, it's just so invasive.
Would you like a top off, Josie? I just noticed you're running dry.
Oh, please. I'll get another bottle myself from the kitchen. You've done plenty.
Great thing about this place is that you'll make your money back and more in the next few years. This place is a retiree's dream. Josie!
Oh, Jesus. Did you hear?
We heard the glass. Did you hurt yourself?
No, not that. Did you hear the noise?
No, not a thing. You can practically hear the crickets outside, darling. It must be the pipes again.
Oh, even if it was, how could you not have heard?
I don't know, honestly. Things can be a little louder in the kitchen. I suppose it's worse when you're not expecting it.
Hey, maybe lay off the wine for the rest of the night?
I'm not drunk, Roger. There was a loud banging noise, just like before, but it was deafening. How on earth didn't you hear it?
Well, if you say so.
I do say so.
Okay, where was this noise coming from?
Oh, I don't know. It sounded like the basement again.
It'll be the pipes or the electrics.
No, Anna. It was a different noise. A banging sound.
Perhaps I left the window in the basement open?
Yes.
Look, it's really stormy tonight. I mean, sometimes I can't believe the noise is rattling through houses. It's no wonder it lets people's imaginations run wild.
Right. I'm going to go down and have a look myself because...
Okay, let's calm down. Just take a deep breath. If Josie says she heard a noise, then Josie heard a noise. It doesn't have to be such a big deal. I'll go down and have a look myself.
Oh, thank you, Greg.
Of course.
Oh, God, there is again!
That was not the pipes.
Oh, God. What if it's an intruder? Like that couple had downstairs? Oh, should I ring the police? Anna, what do you think?
Let's try not to get ahead of ourselves when it's probably nothing but the wind. Greg, can you check it out? And I'll pour you both a stiff drink.
Yes.
Yeah, Josie, you go on through and have a drink with Anna to calm your nerves.
Oh, you won't be joining us?
In a minute, of course. But I'll be going down to the basement with Greg. He'll need some support just in case someone is down there. Josie's in great hands with you, don't worry.
That's really not necessary, Roger.
No, I insist. I can't let you have all the fun, right?
Okay, fine, but stay close behind. I'll just be 2 minutes. I'll go find the key. Anna, would you mind helping?
Oh, no, not at all. I think it's in the living room. Sorry, this place has so many keys. Half of them we don't even know what for. We'll be back in a moment. Sit tight. What are we going to do, Greg? We can't let them go down there. It's too dangerous.
I know. Just try to breathe.
I knew something like this would happen. These noises are driving me insane. This is our house, and I feel like we're being pushed out.
Darling, I
suppose you better go deal with it. Be careful.
As Greg investigates the unsettling disturbance, we will take a short break for these important words. This episode of The Hidden Frequencies is brought to you courtesy of our patrons at patreon.com/The Hidden Frequencies. Without the participation of our devoted patrons, these one-of-a-kind audio horror stories could not be produced and made. As we head deeper into the shadows of our newest season, please consider joining our Patreon. You can become a part of creating the best quality and best acted horror anthology on the internet, featuring some of the greatest voice actors in animation, video gaming, and film. Membership tiers start at just $1 a month and include fantastic benefits, such as VIP membership in our Discord community, exclusive bonus content, and access to our new post-episode interview show, Loopback, where the actors and creators discuss the process of creating these tales of terror. So join us, won't you? At patreon.com/The Hidden Frequencies. Also, be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram under the handle @THFrequencies. During our new season, help us spread the word so that our listening audience is greater than ever before. Tell your fellow fans of horror about the Hidden Frequencies podcast. Join our growing list of patrons at patreon.com/The Hidden Frequencies. Now, we once again enter the charming Georgian home of Greg and Anna for the uninterrupted conclusion to All Settled In.
Sorry about the trouble. Look, you and I both know it's probably just the wind, but we won't hear the end of it if we don't go down and check it out.
It's really no problem. There we go. Oh, hell, the light's gone out again. Honestly, the whole place needs to get rewired, but Anna is worried about what it'll do to the wood paneling. It's real oak, not to mention the hardwood flooring.
Okay, well, just be careful.
Okay, there's a couple of unsteady floorboards. I'll go down first and turn on the generator. That tends to jumpstart the rest of it, and it'll turn the lights back on.
I can just come down with you. It's fine.
Seriously, no need. Besides, Anna will go crazy if you hurt yourself at her dinner party. I'll be 2 seconds, really.
Greg? What was that? I'm coming down.
No need, I'm fine. It was just...
What? What's going on?
just an animal, a possum. Must have climbed in through the window. I managed to chase it out.
All that noise for a possum?
Yeah, it gave me a scare. Come on.
Well, what was it, Greg? Roger?
A possum.
Disgusting. Is it still there? Should we get animal control out in the morning?
No, I managed to chase it out.
Oh, well, that is a relief.
And it just went straight back out the window? Now, how did it manage that?
Wait, did you not go down with him?
I was at the top of the stairs waiting for Greg to turn on the generator.
No, Roger, it just, it scurried off through a gap in the woodwork.
So it's definitely gone. We won't be hearing any more noises from the basement?
Nope, I shouldn't think so. I gave it a pretty good fright. I'll check again in the morning when I could see a little bit better, now that we know it's nothing.
Let's go have another drink before dessert. Josie?
Oh, yes, please.
I remember we had a possum years ago in our crawl space. Don't recall them being such timid creatures. Nearly scratched Josie half to death.
Oh, yes.
Horrible little squeaky sounds, scratching too. No, never heard it make a banging sound the whole time it was there.
Yeah, that is odd. Maybe all that junk down there.
Yes, sorry about all these disturbances tonight with the pipes and our little nocturnal visitor. Typical life out in the suburbs.
Oh, it's fine by me. Dinner and a show.
Absolutely.
Okay, enough of this.
Pardon?
Roger, what's gotten into you?
What the hell is happening here, Greg?
As we said, this is an old house and it's prone to...
Okay, look, I can take a joke as well as the next guy. But old pipes, faulty wiring, oh, and now a possum. What the hell is going on here? Am I going to be the butt of the joke with the office guys tomorrow? Do you invite us here just to mock us?
Roger, of course not. You know I have the utmost respect for you.
Then cut the bullshit and tell us what is going on. We've known each other long enough for you to be honest with us rather than treating me and my wife like idiots.
All right.
Greg?
It's all right, love. They'll understand. As Roger says, we've known each other long enough to be honest. So you remember what I said before about how these old houses sometimes can be a bit noisy?
Yeah, but that hardly explains.
Please, Roger, let him finish.
Yes, so there was some truth to that. What I didn't say was the source of the noises is obviously not from any pipes or faulty building work.
And you were happy to just accuse me of being hysterical.
We're truly sorry, Josie. There was no other way to logically explain it. There are no words for what is happening in this house. Even now, I find myself thinking I sound ridiculously irrational, and I'm wondering what you'll think of me and Anna for spouting such nonsense.
I just got a spine chill. Go on.
When we bought this house, the owners, the elderly couple we mentioned before, the Fosters, they told us that the house had somewhat of a presence about it.
Ooh, like a ghost?
Yes, more or less.
Though, I think of it more like an unwanted house cat. Nothing more serious than the odd nuisance, really. A noise here and there, and sometimes banging.
It stopped for a while once we stopped paying attention to it.
Now that you two are here, though, it's...
Oh, it's showing off.
Yes, I suppose you could say that.
Yes.
But why live here then, knowing that?
Well, we didn't really believe it at first, and then, as I said, you get used to it. And eventually it stopped pretty much altogether. We hadn't heard a noise for about a month until you came by.
That, and when you fall in love with a place, sometimes there are things you can overlook. We needed a place to call home, and Little noise now and then felt like a small price to pay.
Really? And you expect us to believe this?
Not even a little, but you demanded to know what the noise is, and the truth of the matter is this is what we believe it to be. We didn't at first, but without any other reasonable explanation.
Occam's razor, my friend. Often the simplest answer is true.
Completely. What would the simplest answer be then, Roger? I'm open to other interpretations of our situation. In fact, I'd welcome them.
Yeah, I'll try to. As soon as I go back down there and see for myself, there's likely to be a completely plausible explanation for those sounds.
Then go, Roger. If you don't believe us, if you think after all these years that we're just mad, imaginative idiots who don't know what's going on in our own house...
Anna.
This is exactly why I said we shouldn't have people over.
Darling, be fair. This must be quite a shock, and Roger is within his rights to go down and see for himself if he doesn't believe it.
Oh, you poor thing, Anna, to have kept this to yourself. Oh, I wish you would have told me.
All that commotion in the basement then, Greg? Well, that was just theatrics for my benefit?
And Josie's. Josie, you were so frightened, and I knew you couldn't relax until you had an answer. So I bent the truth a little, and I hoped after we could maybe retire to the living room so you wouldn't hear it again.
Yeah. It's not usually the type of thing I buy into, but, seeing all this for myself, it does make you wonder. And we do know you and Anna are hardly the melodramatic sort.
So you do believe us. It's a relief to finally have someone to confide in.
Well, let's just say I'm open to the possibility. I'm confident that one day you'll find out what's wrong with your house and it'll all make perfect sense.
I hope so. I'm not too bothered by the sounds, as Anna was saying. They're very few and far between now. It's what the sounds do to you mentally. They make you start thinking about all kinds of other phenomenon and what's really out there. As a logical man of science myself, it has shaken me to the core, the things I've seen and heard around here.
Oh, well, I don't suppose you will find a suitable explanation. I read things about this type of phenomenon, these poltergeists or ghosts or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, please. Just the type of fantastical garbage that you go on about.
Oh, I hardly go on about it. All I'm saying is that we don't have explanations for everything, and that when some people die for one reason or another, they can't move on, and their spirits or energies are attached to the earth where they died. Can I ask, did someone die here?
Not as far as we're aware, but it is an old house, so it's likely at some point. Yes.
Oh, well, I do hope they find peace.
Oh, man. Trust you to take the ghost side.
Right. Well, is anyone wanting dessert? I made a sponge cake this afternoon.
Oh, yes, we will.
Sure.
I'll come help you dish it out, love.
So, what do you make of all that?
I don't know. I mean, it makes sense in a way, and I do get the sense there is a presence here, but I still think they're hiding something.
They basically said they have a ghost. What on earth could you imagine they're keeping to themselves that's more insane than that? We're just going to have to respect our friend's privacy and hope that whatever they're hiding, it'll have an innocent and logical explanation. I mean, you saw how embarrassed Greg was, having to explain to his dinner guests about a ghost, and I don't blame him. Not that I think there's much in the ghost idea, but the fact that they believe it explains their strange behavior. This is an odd place. I'll give them that.
Yeah. I wonder if there was a death here then?
It would have to have been a long time ago if the realtor didn't think to mention it.
Yeah.
I think they're obligated to if it's within a number of years. I read that somewhere. Now, that may have only been in the case of sudden or violent deaths, though. The type that, attract media attention.
Oh, it would have likely been a violent death.
Aren't you morbid tonight? Now, why do you say that?
Well, because it is still hanging around. It has unfinished business with whomever killed it and can't rest until it is avenged. Oh, someone in this house was murdered. Mark my words.
Looks like poor Anna and Greg will be stuck with it. Ghost's attacker is likely 6 feet under by now.
So, I think that went all right.
Yeah, as well as can be expected, given the circumstances.
Did you ever find that dessert tray?
No, I'll check in the basement.
You sure you don't want me to go down there, Anna?
No, I'm fine, thanks. You can see if our guests would like another drink in the meantime.
Of course, darling. You were wonderful tonight, so calm. I'm very proud. This is our home, and nothing changes that.
Thank you. For everything. It's been really difficult these past 2 months, but this is starting to feel like our home.
I love you, Anna. Couldn't have done any of this without you.
Hello? You can stop that now. I won't have any of that noise in my home. Now, Mrs. Foster, where do you keep your dessert tray?
On this episode of The Hidden Frequencies, you heard All Settled In by Sophie Rainey, directed by Mick Wingert, produced by Kevin Miller. Our cast included Allison Packard as Anna, Craig Lee Thomas as Greg, Jerry Lambert as Roger, and Elle Newlands as Josie and Mrs. Foster. Music and scoring by Brandon Boone. Sound design and production by Jesse Cornett of Pleroma Productions. Produced in association with SPF Entertainment and our patrons at patreon.com. The Hidden Frequencies is copyright 2022 by Wacky Title Productions, Inc. All rights reserved. No duplication or reproduction of this audio program is permitted without the written consent of Wacky Title Productions, Inc.